a standard lineup, protecting their invade here. And I think for now, it's maybe just your standard early vision, any kind of an aggressive position towards the Victor here, just to see if anyone does walk up. But no level 1 fights for now. And as I say that, Annie getting the stun onto the Victor.
Procking the electrocute as well. That is a good amount of damage, at least 45% damage onto the Victor. And that's a big deal. If Perfect Form, okay, Perfect Form is going to recall, will miss. Oh, it doesn't recall, cancels the recall.
Oh.
And they also get the ward as well into the Raptors. Yeah, this is a very risky maneuver right here. Victor also, or Perfect Form, in the mid lane, actually. So we're seeing the roster move around. Perfect Form moving from the top lane down to the mid lane. Help the Bears subbing in to replace Perfect Form in the top lane. Okay.
Yeah.
Was forced to use a potion, though, to remain in lane.
Exactly. I'm a bit worried about how this might turn out now. Now, you know, Victor, once he gets a couple of points into E, he can farm quite well, he can trade quite well. But with that HP lead for the Annie, it might turn out a little bit different in the lane. So we'll have to keep an eye on the mid lane here to see how it pans out for both mid laners and both teams.
Yeah,
a little bit trading already in the bot side as well, actually. I saw Karma did get a little bit of damage, but I imagine for the most part, you know, Jinx and Karma will probably try and poke out as much as they can in these early levels as they get the push here.
Yeah, I mean, in this position, it's very much who gets level 2 first. As you see, Karma immediately, as soon as the level 2 comes in, grabs a shield, use the movement speed to try and apply some poke, but isn't successful with that. But, you know, the ebb and flow of the lane is in full swing.
Hey, I like what you did there, you know, Nami, ebb and flow, she's a support in the bot lane. Nice, good play.
I try, man, I try, you know.
You do well. In the top lane here, I can't really expect there'll be much action going on. You know, there's a little bit of fighting going on, but Cho'Gath will win out normally in these exchanges thanks to his passive, right? He'll just heal up after he farms minions and all that, so it's probably in Ornn's best interest to not trade too much, but again, we'll have to keep an eye out. We can see both junglers seem to be pathing bot side as well, so they might be both trying to look for a play in the bot lane here. There is vision on red side though, so they can definitely see if the J4 does come in.
Well,
a little bit of trading.
Pathos. Yeah, we're currently on the Krugs right now. Krugs are completely cleared. Wukong is still farming away at that blue buff. Is going to walk over a red ward, is the Jarvan, so they are fully aware that Pathos is roaming about in the river.
Yeah, they're going to keep an eye out now. You know, the wave's kind of pushed in or even in the bot side here, so the Lulu's actually moving up to help to get some vision themselves, and knowing that J4's there first, Wukong's going to go top to get the scuttle top side, which makes sense here. You know, not going to go for the trade or risk anything. It's going to trade this, going to go for the trade and not risk anything, go for the scuttle instead. But both teams for now, you know, a little bit of trading in lanes. You can see some aggressive trading in the mid lane here. But that's going to be just about it. A little bit more on the bot side. No one really getting dangerously low here though.
Yeah, everybody seems to be playing respectfully, playing, you know, somewhat limited, not overextending too far. Doesn't want to give away too much of an advantage to the enemy, as you should, and it's very much expected from players at this caliber. You know, they will not give away unnecessary leads if it can be avoided.
Exactly. When you see these kind of high elo teams, you know, they understand that HP is such an important resource. So using that HP efficiently and making sure you are top HP wise is super important. When we pan top lane there, you can already see the Cho'Gath passive kind of coming to fruition, right?
Yeah.
But mid lane, oh my gosh.
I mean, it seems as though the shoe is on the other foot, as Annie, is now being the one to make the first recall in this lane. It was not Victor, but a TP coming in as well.
Yeah, makes sense that Annie does TP in here. I mean, I guess like we mentioned earlier, once she gets a couple of points into E, you know, he does end up winning out of lane. That champ is very oppressive to go against. Not sure if we ever played against Victor, but okay, small trade in the top lane. Ornn's going to be in a really bad spot here, I think. The Cho'Gath literally just out-sustains him like crazy. It's going to be really hard.
Uh-oh. Hold on, you say that, but cancels the headbutt for the ram with the knock-up. Really well positioned by Clisty right there. And I think, I think this sets the pace for how this lane is going to go.
Yeah, I agree completely. You can definitely see both of them are fairly skilled here. But again, Cho'Gath's the one with the TP in the lane here. Ornn's already backed and TP'd, so Cho'Gath can simply just pick up a couple of waves, reset and TP, and just have an instant advantage in the lane. The Drake did actually go down in the meantime as well, I believe, by Motorola eSports there, so they were able to get control on the bot side and secure the objective for themselves. And great play from them so far.
Yeah. And as we mentioned in the pregame, Vision is a make or break for these objectives. I mean, the fact that they have a pink ward, I'm calling it a pink ward because I'm old. They have a pink ward there, making sure that Cudders Cuties had no idea that the dragon was happening. That is exactly how you're supposed to, to plan out these objectives and take them completely uncontested.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Important thing to note is no kills so far, but we do have another trade in the bot lane here, aggressively trading from what I can see. The J4's nearby as well.
Oh my goodness. I mean, if it doesn't give it away that you got a jungler in the wing, that you're poking with the whole minion wave on you, I don't know what will. Good amount of damage coming out onto the Jinx though, and yeah, I mean, it's too obvious. Walker sniffed it out, chucked out the empowered Q into the bush just to see if anybody would come crawling out, and Jarvan was there.
Yeah, he was there indeed. Obviously, he's reset just now, but good read from the bot lane there of Cudders Cuties just to make sure they don't end up going down to the gank. Aggressive play though from Motorola eSports here, just trying to hold the wave. Very, very smart play, I guess, in the end. Wukong ganking mid here, though.
Oh, jumps in, is going to move forward to try and catch the Flash. Flash is in for the ult anyway and gets the first blood onto perfect form. Oh, he already used his Flash beforehand, so it doesn't even matter. It was a prepared gank. But in the meantime, we did see an engage there in the bot lane, but nothing else is going to come of it.
Man, I feel like all the teams are getting kind of aggressive here as we see the replay from the Wukong jumping in the mid lane. He jumps onto the Victor, gets the ult on him, gets the combo with the Q into the Flash ult again. That's the Victor just going down pretty easy there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was really well timed by Fat Cat right there. Using the Flash to avoid the stun from the I can't remember what it's called, the electric field. Yeah, good awareness to be able to confirm that kill. And yeah, first blood on the board.
Yeah, first blood on board indeed. And you can see there's actually a contestation for the grubs up here. I think Wukong's managed to kill all three, but a fight is actually breaking out potentially. Not really. Wukong's just going to disengage and go over the wall there. But that's good. Really good for the Cudders Cuties. I guess, after the first Drake, they've kind of just been playing it safe until Wukong got 6. You can see with that CC at level 6, he was able to then pick it off a gank, trade that into an objective. And for now, it's looking pretty good for Cudders Cuties with their jungler ahead at the moment. Not in levels, but gold wise.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I don't even know what to add to that, but Vision is clearly the name of the game in this bot lane. Lulu doing a good job of clearing that out. We see Victor once again getting jumped. That won't be able to avoid it. Auto attacks coming out, pops the Annie or pops the Timbers. But hold on a second, Jarvan jumping in, forcing the flash from Annie. The snare coming out onto Jarvan, and Wukong has entered the lane as well to try and add to this skirmish. I don't think much else is going to come of it other than perfect form going down.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think they're just bullying this Victor in the mid lane here because he has no flash. As we see the replay coming in, the stun came in from the Annie, while Karma was able to follow up pretty easily with the W there. Kind of both mages here just bursting as much damage they can onto the Victor as he walks away. Use the E, use the R, not able to do too much outside of that. Annie getting the Tibbers onto him to kill him on the tower. J4 coming in, getting the Cataclysm onto 2 targets. Both end up flashing out just to make sure they survive. Wukong coming in just to make sure that his mages were okay. And yeah, that seems to be a great play for Cudders Cuties again, winning the mid laner.
Absolutely. I mean, that was all she wrote. And fairly poetically as well. I mean, great rotation of spells for those of you that are attentive. The fact that they were able to lock down Victor so perfectly and ensure that all of the damage was applied Yeah, really well played by the Cudders duo. But in the meantime, Jarvan is getting caught out here. So is Victor. Once again, Jinx Rocket comes out, but doesn't really do much aside from apply a little bit of damage. Slow is going to hit Victor, but it seems as though they're just going to very slowly walk out.
Yeah, exactly. I think Cudders Cuties, they end up dumping a lot of their abilities onto the Victor, and they weren't able to kill him. So I think it's smart to actually disengage from that, because they still had Motorola eSports still had their abilities up, but it's a 1v1 in the top lane.
Oh my goodness, Clisty is too well versed in this Ornn matchup. First using the Q, the knock up to cancel the first ult, and this time around using the silence. Incredible awareness and application by Clisty right there, preventing an unnecessary death.
For sure. Really, really smart play there. I think this is only going to just get worse for the Ornn. Like you said, he's really versed in the matchup. And by the time the Cho'Gath gets his Heartsteel built, he's just going to be scaling like crazy. And I don't think the Ornn's going to be able to deal him at all in the side lane. So I'm a bit worried here for the Ornn. A bit worried for the Ornn, as he seems to be going for a proxy potentially on the wave. Yeah, smart play from the Ornn here. Knows that the enemy jungler is on top side here. So a proxy will get him really good tempo in that top lane. And it looks like there's a reset from the bot side as well. So things seem to calm down. I'm excited to see kind of what happens here as both teams properly set up for the next Dragon that's coming up soon.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon is definitely going to be the main focus. And you can see that bot side River is heavily warded by the Cudders as of now. How long that will last for, who knows? We see pings coming out for Victor, actually, that they are watching him. And... yeah, they could potentially go for another play onto him, I think, right? Because he's got no flash, so... no flash, no TP. All he's got is a couple spells to his name. But yeah, perfect form, definitely the victim of this match so far. But Motorola just waltzing into this bush. Oh my goodness.
Looking for the Jinx. Okay, a little bit scary for the Jinx, but she's able to read the play with so many members being bot side, which is smart. Doesn't overextend, just farms the wave. Looks like for now, Motorola eSports have control over the Dragon as they secure the scuttle. And I think Cudders Cuties are trying to get some vision where they can, but it's just being cleared. No, looks good for now. Jinx engaging on the Jarvan.
Oh, and now I think this is the first time that Motorola eSports will see that Cho'Gath is about in this bot side river. And you see Motorola immediately disperse. They don't want to challenge any of that.
Very smart play there. Just leave. Cho'Gath's here. You know, you're fighting with a 4v5 in the end if everyone does come from the side of Cudders Cuties. So you just give it up. Smart play, and they found their jungle. Ornn trying to get another proxy here. And he will be able to, which is pretty good from the side of Ornn. But for now, it's one dragon each. You know, a couple of kills over to Cudders Cuties. I'm intrigued to kind of where this goes from here.
Yeah, I mean, the gold difference isn't even that huge at the moment. Only 1.2 thousand gold. You know, that will just be from kills, from... mostly from kills, really. You know, the CS differences aren't even that large. You got 20 CS in the mid lane. You got, 12 in the jungle. I'm doing maths in my head. This is really difficult. Like, there's 14
don't ask me. I can't help you.
I mean, the difference is it's just like a couple waves between. Yeah, they're ahead. This is just a couple waves between them. Couple camps between the junglers, and of course Victor once again being the main focus of this. Wukong and Annie, such a potent duo, ensuring that perfect form goes down for the third time is gonna give them the feats of warfare as well. Yeah, great play from the Cudders.
Great play from them indeed. I'm not sure what the Victor's supposed to do there, other than not walk up, right? Once his flash is down, you know, he's a mobile. He takes a ton of damage for free. You can see here in the replay, the Victor returning back to mid lane, scouted by the vision from the Wukong. So maybe he should have known that the Wukong was around. But once he's this far up, you can see the Annie walking around from the ward as well. So I think Victor maybe is a little bit overextended here with all the information he has. But it's an easy kill from the side of Cudders Cuties, and that gives them 3 kills. And like you said, the feats of warfare. But we have a fight in the bot lane here.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Yunara absolutely shredding Jinx, saying, how does it feel now? He's going to get that kill. Meanwhile, Jarvan slapping away at Walker. And down goes the Karma for a clean 2-0 response by Motorola.
Yeah, for sure. That was a great response from them. You can see the gold lead now evening out because of it as well. And here's the replay. Do you want to take us through the replay and see what goes on here?
Oh, of course. Cataclysm flashed by the Karma. Yunara, I mean, it's just doing what Yunara does with the help of Lulu, ensuring that all of that damage is going to be focused straight onto the Jinx, and then Jarvan, of course, confirming that kill solo. Doesn't need any help. Yeah, nope. Really nicely done by Motorola right there.
Nice. In that last replay, you said doing what Yunara does. I don't know what she does. Does anyone know what she does other than ADC main? I'm a top lane main, so I have no idea. But yeah, that looks pretty OP, especially with the Lulu behind her. But for now, we can see the Wukong using the Herald in the mid lane here. Looks like they're trying to break open the mid tower. You will end up hitting the tower there.
Oof. I mean, blink and you miss it. There was a Lulu, and then there wasn't. She stunned up by the Annie. Tibbers came out to play, and suddenly Lulu had to go home because her mum called her for dinner.
Hopefully the dinner was good, because it's not worth it. For the side of Motorola eSports, they definitely want to get some vision, but it looks like you can see now Cudders have got some really good wards in the Motorola eSports red side jungle here, so they're gonna have really good tabs on ensuring you know, kind of placement of their enemy right now. And I think they're, for the next objective, they might be able to secure it with that vision they have, but I'm worried they'll start snowballing here, especially on this Victor. One thing to know, he's actually bot side. He does have flash, but I would imagine now the Wukong will path down towards bot lane to try and, you know, get some more kills if he can.
Well, I do like that you mentioned specifically that Victor has flash again. Something that it seems like hasn't been, you know, in the mix for a good amount of this game so far. Yeah, good to see that Perfect Form has an out if needed, but yeah, it's sticking to that bot side as you mentioned to farm up. The bot laners have rotated to mid now after that bot lane turret was taken.
Yeah, as you normally would do, I guess, right? Looking for that pressure in mid. The only thing is, though, is that mid tower is already gone here. So it's quite dangerous for the Yunara and Lulu in some cases, especially with the vision that Cudders Cuties have. But with that mid lane tower gone, they could potentially look for some more plays here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point you bring up. I always remind everyone that the mid lane turret is one of the most important ones for the map in general, because it opens up the map so much. You know, just knowing that you don't have this centerpiece that, you know, is going to shoot at you every time you try to walk past, and it opens up the enemy side jungle by a large amount. So yeah, if the Cudders are able to find any vision advantages in there, great for them. But I mean, checking out the minimap, you see there's multiple pink wards placed throughout the jungle. But Cudders are positioning for this dragon right now. Yeah, and the Cho'Gath's actually TPing in. You can see they have that pink ward like you mentioned. They're going to jump straight on top of the Victor here. Oh my goodness. The flash immediately is well. Secluded Pathos gets deleted by the Cudders, but Ornn is in the mix as well. Double kill coming out for the Cho. Yunara is the main focus right now, but it's firing away all of those orbs. As Clisty is going to be the first, flashes forward, tries to get another kill. Down goes the Annie, but so does Yunara. Lulu trying to run for her life is going to go down as well, and Ornn will be next, as that is a clean ace for, well, not clean ace, sorry, that is an ace for the Cudders Cuties at the cost of 3 of their members.
Yeah, it was looking kind of spicy in that fight. I thought the Yunara was going to run over the whole Cudders Cuties team with the Lulu behind her, but it doesn't end up being the case. I think she flashed forward aggressively a little bit too far halfway through the fight, and Jinx ended up collecting the kill and ended up swinging it back around in their favor. As we see the replay here, you can see the Cho'Gath actually TPing in, and the Wukong jumping straight onto the Victor, pumping out damage. And the Jarvan goes in, but gets popped like crazy, ends up going down. And for now, the fight's looking quite Cudders Cuties favored, but Yunara on the backside is doing her best to be able to take down the Cho'Gath and the Wukong. Wukong managed to get away. She ends up taking down the Cho'Gath, but flashes again too far forward. Annie does end up going down, but then Jinx, with her excited passive, does end up cleaning up the fight pretty easily. And they end up securing a Drake as well here.
Yeah. Absolutely. 2 dragons on the side of the Cudders now. Mounted Dragon and a Hextech Dragon. The Atakan as well being the main focus at the moment. The only one that seems to be privy of it is the Ornn. Or is he? No, he's just focusing on the minions. Nobody on the side of Motorola Esports are aware that this Atakan is even happening.
Yeah, they have no idea at all. And they'll be able to take that for free. You know, gold-wise, it's... Oh, maybe they do know. Maybe, you know, they have an inkling. Maybe they can actually react in time. No, it's going to be too late.
I mean, double smite as well coming out from the Cudders, securing that Atakan. Really nicely done by them.
Yeah, for sure. Able to sneak it away. You know, gold-wise, it's really, really close. But objective-wise, now it's on Cudders' Cutie side. You know, they have the extra Drake. They have the Atakan. They have, I guess, the same amount of towers. But Victor will get a return one in the top lane. But they do have the grubs as well. So objective-wise, they're doing really, really well. Although the gold is very close for both teams here at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, despite everything that has happened, the gold difference, it's basically the same as last time we mentioned it. 1.3 thousand. Yeah, no. Oh, it's even shrunk. Never mind. It's staying about the same. Okay, there's the gap is not growing, and I think that's a great thing for Motorola Esports.
Yeah, I think so too. You know, they can potentially, with superior team fighting, I think, turn this game around. Both teams have great pick potential. You know, with the Annie into Wukong, we've seen it time and time again. Karma as well, able to lock down single targets, but they also do have the good AoE in the team fights. And Motorola Esports have a similar thing with the J4 looking down one target, and the Ornn, of course, as well. But I think for now, a couple of picks into an objective will be the best here for Motorola Esports. You know, not playing too far up, but definitely trying to fight back vision-wise and turning that into a kill or two for them.
Yeah, 100%. We'll see how exactly they navigate this game, as we're now 22 minutes on the clock. Some games already in the tournament would be over by now, but these guys are committed to pacing themselves. Definitely not trying not to overextend too much. So far,
I think if my team were playing against one of them, then maybe it would be over by now. Sorry, team, I don't mean that. But
I mean,
no,
whose fault would it be? If we were to blame one person, it would probably be you, right?
Yeah, definitely me. I'll be running it down 100%. At least I'm having fun, right? You can see Motorola Esports are actually going mid here, taking down the mid lane turret, which is good. Opening up the map a little bit. Cudders' keys, just let them take it for free. They don't really have the numbers there at the correct time, so they don't overextend. And I think both teams are just playing very cautious of each other, you know, not overextending too much. Again, the gold has shrunk even more. Only 400 between both teams now. And I think these next couple of fights are really going to decide how the game will pan out here.
Yeah, I mean, that right there was the last outer turret for the Cudders right there. So, yeah, now the map is completely open for Motorola Esports to move about. They can, you know, place vision wherever they want, roam about wherever they please. This could work in their favor if they navigate it correctly, but that's all down to the decisions that Motorola Esports choose to make. As I think we've got 2 big objectives now pulling up onto the map. The Baron is due to spawn in a minute. Dragon, I believe, in roughly the same amount of time. So we'll see what is going to be the catalyst to start off the next fight.
Yeah, exactly. And as we've kind of mentioned time and time again throughout this game, you know, vision is super important. And you see Cudders' Cuties already got a ward in this bush, immediately clearing out the vision. You can see here from the Lulu. And they have vision on the bot side of the map here around Drake. This is going to be really good for seeing who's coming in and out of the Drake exits and exit points even, and allow them to kind of get that initial engage on the enemy team.
Uh-oh. I'm a bit worried for perfect form right here. I mean, definitely feeling himself a little bit. Pops the ult as well. Knows that Yunara is right behind Jarvan, and Lulu pulling up as well. So they're giving away this dragon for free. They're not worried about the dragon. Ping's coming out for the Baron as well, as Mr. Clisty is going to go down there, get rid of the second smite, and try to guarantee this Baron. Seems to be the play at the moment.
Yeah, I think this is worth for Cudders Cuties, right? You know, they've fallen behind in gold because they did get the kill on the Cho'Gath there. But I think all in all, with Cudders Cuties actually being one Drake away from getting sold, it puts them in a better position, and it will force Motorola eSports to have to overextend for the next Drake. And if they're not able to do so correctly, they can just take over the game. And if they get the soul, it's going to make their life a lot harder. So if Cudders Cuties get the soul, sorry, it will make Motorola eSports' life much harder. So they get the kill. Not sure how worth it is. As you said here, you know, you can see the Cho'Gath going in on the Victor in a 1v1, which you normally would win, but Yunara's here, able to get damage on Cho'Gath, dodging out on the Cho'Gath Q as well. Cho'Gath now in a bad spot, you know, control coming out from the W for the Victor, flag and drag coming up from the J4, and that's the Cho'Gath just going out for free, as you mentioned, in trade for the Drake here.
I mean, I thought it would have been worth it with the Baron pings coming out, but they didn't even seem to attempt it. So the Dragon was essentially just handed over for a Cho'Gath. What was that worth it?
I don't think it was worth it at all. You know, Cudders Cuties do get the win out here for sure. But I think also going for Baron is probably not the best play. You can see the Victor now overextended with the Wukong being here. Surprised he's not engaging, maybe waiting for other people to show up. But yeah, going back to what you were saying, I think it's good and safe. Oh, he's engaged.
No. Oh, perfect form. No, the flash is immediately being burned. Once again is on cooldown. You hate to see it. I think this is bad news for perfect form. But hold on a second. Cataclysm coming out, catching two members, forcing Annie to flash. Flag and drag onto the Wukong is going to secure that kill with the help of his teammates. Double kill as well coming out for the Yunara. And Annie as well is going to fall in the mix. Triple kill coming out for Hirashi. That's a big deal.
Huge deal. Insane deal. I think they should probably turn around towards the Baron here, but are they going to do it? It seems like they will, which makes sense. I think after getting a couple of kills like that, they have so much control over the top side, so they can just be able to get secured the Baron for free even, sorry. And the Yunara looking like a menacing champ. Don't know what it does, but it looks scary.
I can tell you what she does is she attacks fast and it does damage. That's what you need to know.
There you go. And there's Motorola eSports securing the Baron as expected. And this is going to be really good for the side of Motorola eSports. As you can see, that Victor was actually getting nice poke damage onto the Wukong. J4 coming around here, locking up the Wukong and Annie into Cataclysm. Wukong doing his best to knock up the J4. Looks like it's just a numbers advantage, right? 4 members for the Motorola eSports. Flag and drag coming on the back of the Karma there, taking her out. Yunara flashing forward, taking out the Annie, looking towards to get the Jinx as well. She flashes away to safety, but the fight's already done at that point, and they lose the Baron for it there.
Absolutely, and I think it was incredibly brave and a show of confidence. The fact that Motorola eSports did not sweep the Baron pit, left Jinx alive. It was warded. I don't know if they knew it was warded or not, but just didn't care about the rocket steal either or any risk of it. So
yeah, I'm sure.
I think if anything, this.
Sorry, go for it.
I was just gonna say that, yeah, Motorola eSports seem to be in a position of confidence now.
Yeah, I agree completely. I was gonna say in our time, well, we have Annie actually engaging onto Yunara.
She tried to make something happen, but immediately gets popped with the help of Java. And Wukong is gonna get transmorgified and is gonna go down as well. Yunara is absolutely shredding. This team is, yeah. She is 100% the main threat right now.
Wow. This team is looking super strong with the Yunara. I really thought that Cutters Cuties would be able to, use the 4th Drake here to pressure Motorola eSports, but it's looking like they're actually pushing for the end of the game here.
Oh my, inhibitor goes down in the mid lane. That can only mean one thing, that the Nexus turrets are now the main focus. Only 2 members of the Cudders Cuties are alive. Cho'Gath in the form of Mr. Christie or vice versa is trying to defend himself. Both Nexus turrets are down, and that is going to be the first game going over to Motorola eSports.